Good morning, guys. It's a brisk early morning. In fact, it's a slight bit cold. We're actually taking this uphill road to the mountains west of the town of Pai. We are going to a place called the Kokusu village. Road condition here is just rough. Some places just breaks into rubble. We are going steadily forward uphill. Meow. 30 baht, okay. Okay. Very naughty. Naughty. Oh, it's still quite an early hour. Not many foreign travelers around. I think we can take advantage of that, but just not sure how long that will last. On this ticket that they give you, I think it's specifically written this is for the maintenance of the bridge. I think this also goes to benefit the life of the community, and 30 baht is really nothing, and look at this beautiful scenery. And immediately after you get in, there is this sort of a garden area. There's a small pond over here, lots of plants, lots of herbs. I think this is gonna be useful herbs for the community. Hello, hello. I think these are all useful herbs for the community. That's why they are grown in such large numbers. If you guys watched my last video, we also visited another bamboo bridge outside of Chiang Mai on the way from Chiang Mai to Pai. And before I came here, I was just wondering if this is going to be worth it to visit another bamboo bridge. But now that I've come here, I understand why this is called the bamboo bridge. It's much longer, it's on a much larger scale, but also isolated deep in the mountains. The other one in Chiang Mai is not that far away from town. But this one is totally wild. It's authentic life deep in the mountains. The mountain in the distance is misty and the air is so pure. This is the best kind of place to live in. I can't decide if I'm doing something wrong. These aunties are plowing away in the field. It seems like a bit insensitive when I'm just idling, enjoying myself when they are working so hard. But I suppose in the ancient times, the people here, when they don't have tourism as a source of income, they'll have to live off of all their labor. They'll need to produce everything they're going to use by hand, and that's a pretty hard lifestyle too. Obviously with its benefits, and I think the least one can do is to donate something to the community if you can, since they charge such a generously low amount of entrance fee. Here's a little donation box placed on something like an altar with all these flowers and a sign explaining what ethnic groups are occupying this village. We have got Shan Karen Lisu, that's a village school. Let's donate something to the community. Well, it's getting a bit close to noon. A bunch of tourists are joining us. We're no longer alone. But anyways, like I told you, there are multiple bamboo bridges around northern Thailand. So this is not something just built here to attract tourists. It's actually something useful to the community. It connects people. It's like a network. When you have this amount of rice paddies, they'll become all muddy in rainy season. These bamboo bridges are built over the fields to give people an easy access to the town center. You can see this bridge extends pretty far into the distance, into remote areas, and this is because the name actually, the Kokusu bridge, means the bridge of merit. It is built for monks who hide themselves far away in temples and monasteries all around this hill. They can have an easy access to the center of the village to collect alms in the morning. But the interesting thing is, we ourselves came here pretty early this morning, but we saw no monks. That must mean they visited here earlier than us. Well, I guess if you're practicing Buddhism, you can't take it that casually by sleeping in too much. It's just a simple bridge, no higher than 1 meter above the ground, but it offers such a difference for the community here. Look at that. The water couldn't be 1 finger deep, and I can already see small fishes. In the future they'll grow large, along with the rice, and there will be a whole ecosystem of frogs, insects, fish, and everything, crabs in this pond. And there are so many of these all across, all the way to the distance. Alright guys, Kokusu Bamboo Bridge, I would say it's pretty worth checking out. The bridge is a representation of the intimate relationship between man and the land. You can see all of these plants, animals, and humans live in such harmony. I've heard in many southwestern provinces of China, which is really not far from here, there are also mountain villages like these. And people there usually originally came because there was war in the outside world. They come to the mountains to escape the chaos, to build a new life for themselves. It's pretty amazing to see they are able to conquer all of these hardships and build an idyllic paradise out of nothing in the lap of the mountains. What is really fascinating about Kokuso village is it offers a glimpse into traditional agriculture society. A river flows down a mountain which carves out a river valley, and humans are able to build a society on top of that based on rice cultivation. And the interesting thing is, if you zoom out, Kokuso village is just a miniature version of the exact same process that led to the creation of the entire river valley of Pai. Right now I'm standing in the middle of countless rice paddies and all these local farmers plowing away in the field, and all of this exists because of the Pai River, which flows all the way down from the mountains in the north until it passes by first at the town center of Pai in the north and goes all the way downstream and loses speed and deposits all the mud and silt it carries over here, creating this rich and fertile soil perfect for rice cultivation. Well, I'm not gonna lie, but the scenery from up here is insane, it's beyond belief. The river valley of Pai isn't actually that large. You can see both the eastern and western mountain ridges that surrounds this valley by just turning my drone up in the air in the same spot. It actually only covers about 100 square kilometers, and even the town center of Pai is not as far away from here as you might imagine. You can basically just fly up there within flying distance of my drone just by following the Pai River upstream, which is why I would recommend, if you got some time, if you can ride a motorbike, don't stay in the town center right after you get off the bus. Stay further away in the countryside in a place like this, because I'm sure you'll visit the town center of Pai multiple times during your stay here, but if you just get a place here, on your daily trip to the town center, you'll be making it through this great scenery, this beautiful landscape. Isn't that just amazing? And speaking of staying in the countryside, let me quickly show you the place I'm staying. The guest house I'm gonna show you is gonna represent what you can get on the low end of the budget here in Pai. It doesn't cover a particularly large area, but they have managed to fit in 10 bungalows also and still leave a lot of open space for a gorgeous garden. So tell me if you would choose to live in a guest house like this. For me, this place has 3 things going for it. 1, it's located near a beautiful rice field and have this garden of lush greenery. And 2, it's very easy to get from here to the center of the town. Only takes about 10 minutes on a motorcycle. Then 3, it only costs about $7 to stay here a night. But what is it like living inside this bungalow? Here, let me quickly show you. So this is what it's like inside. As you can see, it is minimalistic, it is compact. Definitely don't expect everything to be in its neatest state though, because I've settled in here for a few days now. But as you can see, we have most of the things we need for a comfortable living. We have a fan over here that you can pull this to turn on and off, and we have a switch here that we can use to control the main light here. That's the main light over there, and over there we actually have a bedside light too. Definitely don't expect these to be bright enough if you're gonna do work during the night or something. But if you just plan to do your work in a coffee shop in the town center of Pai and only go back here for a bed to stay at night, this is perfectly okay. And over here we also have a second switch that we can use to control the light on the patio. Maybe you can't see it during the day, but this is really good if you're gonna sit on the hammock during the night Now the downside of this place is also very obvious, which is it's not sealed tightly against the weather and the environment. Since this bungalow, the wall of this bungalow is made all by wooden tiles, and you can see they are placed layer upon layer, and you can see there are obvious crevices between two tiles. And since this place is located so close to nature, this garden is so lush with all these kind of plants, like right here, that's some tall growing plants that may be home for many of these bugs, and they can conveniently just creep in from these holes into your room. And on the same note, this is the bathroom area of this place. As you can see, it doesn't really have a real roof. We only have this roof of the bungalow, this iron sheet roof extending outward a little bit, and part of this to give us a little bit of shelter, but it doesn't keep out all the rain and all the bugs that comes in from the outside. And I think I should mention that it can get a little bit cold in Pai, since Pai is so deep in the mountains. It can get a little bit cold in the early morning. This video is filmed in July, and sometimes in the early morning I do get woken up by the cold air that comes in through these crevices. And another very interesting experience that I have over the top of this bungalow, we have a bunch of trees that at first I didn't know what they are, but then I found out they are actually mango trees. So when the mangoes go ripe, they'll go falling down and go thud 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 and hitting my iron sheet roof and making a very loud sound, especially on a stormy night. So many of the mangoes would go hitting the ground that I would hear them, and they would wake me up during my sleep. I think one has just fallen. Let's go outside and check if we can find it. Wow, look at that mango tree over there, and it grows, its branches extends right over my slanted roof. Yeah, I guess we found it. I think this is the one that has just fallen. This still looks fresh and juicy. I think this is the one, but over here on the ground all over there, there's still so many mangoes that have dropped. Many of them are deeply rotten, they look black and have all these ants and other bugs creeping all onto them. Do you think this is a waste, having these mangoes lying here to rot on the ground instead of having people eat them? I guess here, maybe not. Maybe they just have so many mangoes that they don't really care. I mean, at the end of the day, they do all become fertilizers and go back to the earth. And over there on a high branch above my roof, I think I can see with my naked eye. I mean, with a zoom lens you can see it better. I guess when it becomes ripe and yellow, it'll drop. Hi. How was your day? This cat's come here to greet me again. Look at how adorable she is. She obviously loves cuddling with people. She loves being close to people, but at the same time, she's not around you all the time. She's not clingy or anything like that. Every morning around the same time, around this time when everyone is getting up and getting outside the house, she'll be around this area where she can see everybody and greet everybody as they come outside. In a morning like this, she'll just be sitting on my doorstep, meowing to me, looking in my glass door, and when I pull my curtains open, she'll say good morning to me and sit down and play with me for a little while. But after playing with me for a while, she'll make it really clear that she wants to be on her way now. It's almost as if she has a busy schedule, and having said good morning to me, she'll now be on to the next thing. But she does make sure that saying good morning to you is on the list every morning.
Well, it's pretty good weather today. We're heading out for lunch, and you know, the town of Pai is just 350 kilometers from the border of Myanmar, so it would be a wasted opportunity if I don't take you guys to try out some authentic Burmese food.
The place we are going is called the Two Sisters, which is a pretty down-to-earth name, and it is also located at a rather unassuming spot on a low hill on the eastern bank of the Pai River.
Hello, Sawadee Krab. Can I sit here? Hot. It's okay. It's okay. I want to see the street more. Okay.
We're now at the Two Sisters restaurant. You can see the decoration has got a pretty nice bohemian vibe to it. The restaurant owner just recommended his secret sauce, beef curry and Bise salad, which is going to be the first time I try Bise salad. And also he recommended a mixture of dragon fruit, passion fruit, pineapple, mango, all different fruits mixed together. Let's wait for food to be served onto our table. Is he a pet or for food? Pet, right? Yeah. How cool is that? They got a rooster for pet. Can I touch you? Look at all this delicious food served on our table. Got a big jar of fruit juice. This jar definitely looks larger than the average restaurant here serves. Got a mixture of all kinds of juice, but I think the redness and the little black seeds mainly come from the dragon fruit, which I really love. I'll try that first. This one is iced. It's cooling in this temperature and it's really sweet and really fresh. Have a lot of that fruity aroma to it. This is a huge jar. And next we have this delicious looking Bise salad. It's got all kinds of ingredients arranged in the shape of a circle. In the middle we've got all these shredded cabbages, some carrot shreds. I think that's fermented tea leaves in there, which I've never ever tried before. I'm so excited to try this one out. On the outside we have some pieces of cucumber and tomato. Here we got lemon too. Gonna put that in. Squeeze that lemon juice and sprinkle it all over. And we're gonna stir and mix this really well and grab one mouthful of this deliciousness. We've got all different kinds of textures and flavors in it. We've got sourness, which comes from lime juice and also the fermented tea leaves. You've got the crunchiness from a lot of these beans, which I don't know what they are. What are these bean-like things in here?
Tea leaf salad.
I mean these ones.
Yeah, mixed bean. Mix everything.
Mixed bean?
Yes.
These ones?
Yes.
What are they?
Mix everything.
Mix everything?
Yeah, mixed bean.
I cannot confirm what is this mixed bean the shop owner is talking about. But next,
let's try this tea leaf in specific. Try how that one tastes. It's just very, very fragrant. A little bit bitter, a little bit sour, but the texture is really good, especially the citrusy. A little bit of that fermented aroma, a little bit citrusy and a little bit sweet. Just to go really well with all of these cabbage shreds, the rooster is calling. Cabbage shreds and these fried dough here. Next we're gonna try this highly recommended beef curry. You can see all that beautiful oily color and the pepper that float on top of it. Just look at this, how juicy and how delicious it looks. And we've ordered one bowl of rice to go with it. This is black rice and should taste really good if we just drip this on top of it. But first let's try this sauce by itself. That's just great. It tastes heavily of tomato. There's definitely a lot of tomato mixed into this, and then there is a taste of potato as well. It's very starchy, and there are a lot of pepper in it, which adds so much flavor. Some mushroom pieces in there too. Try that one together with the meat and all these salads, and I think this is a long bean in it. And one thing that I really like about the style of this restaurant is it put so much white and the black pepper in it, which I really, really love, and adds so much more flavor. That's such a good combination of all different kinds of flavors and textures. It just makes my mouth tingle with all of the spices, and the meat just falls apart. It's cooked so well, it's so tender, and it breaks right in your mouth. Take a spoonful of all of that goodness, pour them all onto our rice, and grab a mixture of all of it, everything. See some of the onion in there as well. All this shiny deliciousness. Wow. The sauce just goes so well with the rice, especially that meat. So hearty and so comforting after half a day of filming. Kind of hungry. Definitely can take 2 more bowls of this. Why is the place called the Two Sisters?
My daughter.
Oh, that's your children?
Yeah, my daughter.
Oh, okay. Guess we just learned a little bit about the family history of this shop owner. The two sisters are literally the two daughters of the restaurant owner. Lovely kids.
And with me sitting here to finish off the meal, we're also ending this video here. But the day still continues, and in the next episode, I'll take you through the rest of Pai. We'll walk through the laid-back town center, sample some local restaurants, visit the Pai Canyon at sunset, and more. So stay tuned.